Hi there, my lovely friends. I have realized after looking over my YouTube for you page that I may not be the right person to give you writing advice. And I felt I should jump on and make an extra video, which I don't normally do, but just to explain why. As I did take a few notes, but I haven't scripted this, so we could go off tangent, but bear with me. On my YouTube feed, for some reason, and please don't ask me why, because I have got no idea how algorithm works. I have seen videos talking about how people can write their book with AI. I have seen other videos from apparent authors who are complaining about the fake positivity there is amongst book marketers. I have seen a lot of people have come up on my feed talking about all the mistakes that authors make. And then there have even been a couple of people who I believed were very professional who resorted to ranting and swearing in their last couple of videos. And I was like, you're selling a business? You're selling a course? And you talk to your readers like that, or your authors, or your potential customers like that. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'm in the wrong business. Now, as you know, my business isn't as a YouTuber. I make my money by writing and selling through self-publishing my own books, my stories, romance stories. See the name at the bottom of your screen? Lisa Oliver author? Type that into Google and see what you find. Type Lisa Oliver into Amazon and see what you find. That's me, with over 100 odd books that I have written in the last 11 and a half years, well before there was ever AI. But today is not a rant about AI. Today, I got the feeling, because I started clicking on a couple of these videos, I wanted to see what was out there for new and potential authors. What was being spread? What was I missing? What was the information that was being given to people who wanted to write a fiction book? And yeah, I felt like crying at the end of it. I was clicking from video to video to video, and I was thinking, where is the positivity? Where is the common sense advice? Where is the building up that people need to do something which is really hard, namely write a book? So I'm going to tell you very clearly that for my channel, if you are looking for a big traditionally published deal with an agent and a publisher and everything else like that, this channel's not for you. If you are looking for somebody who is going to explain to you how to prompt your way to a full-time story through AI, this channel's not for you. Let me tell you what I do. I write my stories. First and foremost, I write the stories I want to read. And I believe, particularly new authors, but anybody really, should write their books in the same way. You don't write to market. You don't write to trends. Believe me, by the time you've finished your book, that trend is going to be over. So don't chase the trends. Write what you love to read. Write what makes you passionate. It makes your writing process so much easier, and you will find the words will flow. I was watching somebody. It's actually what made me come on here and decide to do a video, even though I'm losing the light because it is getting later in the evening. And do you know how I spent my weekend? Whoops, there goes my book. I spent my weekend getting my book ready for pre-order. I have a new book on Amazon. Yay, it's up on pre-order. Yay, whatever. This book doesn't market this channel doesn't market my books. This channel is me as an author who sits down every day and makes a living from what she does, sharing her advice and trying to make you feel better about the fact you can do this too. Now, there was a thing in here. I was listening to these people, and they are what I call arty-farty authors. And I'm sorry, that phrase probably won't mean anything unless you're probably over 50. But, these people who look the part and who talk the part and they do these things and they complain endlessly about how the reading public just doesn't have the brain power to understand their books. Now, I'm sure that could be a very big concern. Or is it? What it turns out, if you listen to them for long enough, is they couldn't be bothered to market their book. And the type of author that I am spends 50% of her time writing and 50% of my time marketing. And I pay somebody now to market, to help with the promotion of my books as well. It's my daughter, in case you're wondering. She does an awesome job remembering things to post things on all these different platforms I'm on, and basically just makes life easier for me. However, this is what I mean. I don't have a PR firm. I don't have an agent. I don't have all of these things that these arty-farty authors seem to think that they need to be considered successful. But I paid all my bills last week because Amazon pays you on the 29th of the month. Every month, without fail, they have never missed in 11 and a half years. And what can I do when I get that money? I can pay my rent. I can pay my utilities. I can give some money to my kids. I can do all the things I need to do. I have groceries arriving tomorrow morning, paid for with the money I make from the books I write. Now, that is the type of author that I am. I don't need the fancy stuff. I don't need to do 10 drafts of the same book and spend 2 years doing it. Now, all credit to you if you do. I understand that. But my process is to write the book. Then I read the book I wrote and I think, yeah, I like that. And that's it. It goes to the editor. And my editor only picks me up if I have plot holes or issues. And after writing so many books, I don't. And they're not all repetition of the same thing either. I got a beautiful comment from one of my Patreons the other day when I shared a chapter. And because I at different tiers on my Patreon, my readers can look at different chapters that I have, and I put them up as I'm writing them. And one of my readers says, I didn't see that coming. That was a twist. And that's what I can still do that. After 100 odd books, I can still surprise my readers. And that is such an awesome feeling. But you see, if I listened to all the advice that is showing up on my feed, now I'm not hunting for this. This is what YouTube seems to think I want to watch. I will find out I am a terrible author because, well, I don't know. Probably because I don't have 6 drafts of the same thing before I put it out. And probably because I know and I understand that to sell my book, I have to market it. But I also know there are countless, and I mean countless authors, many of which I know through social media, of course, because I'm quite a little hermit in my house. But, there are so many authors I know who are doing exactly the same thing, who are quietly sitting at home, writing the stories they want to read, and providing them to their readers in a timely fashion. And how do their readers know that book is coming out? Because they market it. They self-publish and they market. It is honestly that simple, yet it is also that hard. It is time-consuming. It comes with so many rewards, because when you are marketing your books yourself, you are building relationships with your wonderful readers who will keep coming back for more, because they realize, hey, I'm a real person, not an AR avatar. So I don't know. Am I getting too old for this? I'm not sure. Am I in the wrong business trying to help people who are just like me, no matter what your age, that you want to just write, promote? Well, actually, it's write, publish, promote. Write, publish, promote. I should know. I do that every month. But then for me, this is a full-time income. And it has been for 11 and a half years. So I don't see that I'm doing anything wrong. But if I watch what's on the YouTube algorithm, well, one, I'm too old, so apparently my advice doesn't mean anything. Two, because I don't have an agent or a publishing house or a film deal or anything else, apparently that means my information isn't worth listening to. Incidentally, I do have translations and audio formats of my books because I worked out how to do that, and I worked out who to contact. I put, that was part of what I did this weekend, was I put up the audio book files for my book, 6 Types of Apology, which had just come back from my narrator. I deal with narrators, I deal with translators, and that it is all possible thanks to online. You do not need a publishing house. And more importantly, you do not need to give over half of your potential royalties to a publishing house or an agent or anybody else to sell your books and stories. So I feel like I might have gone a little off track, and feel free to discard this video if that's, if you feel like perhaps, oh my God, she's got Sundayitis or whatever. But the thing is if you are like me, if you're one of apparently a dying breed of people like me who actually really want to tell your stories, and you want help with the writing, how to get over that murky middle, how to finish your books to the end. If you want help with publishing, there are videos on this channel about how to upload to Kindle, how to upload your paperback and all that. There's another video I know that's on here that's about how to do your covers really easily in Photoshop. Those videos are all old, but they all still work because none of that stuff's changed. And then when it comes to marketing, I talk about Facebook groups because that works for me. But obviously I'm on other channels as well. I'm here. Not that I'm asking you to buy my books, but the thing is that it doesn't matter what platform you're on, so long as you're coming across as a real person. And I can help with that. Those are the things I can help with. If I was a newbie thinking to myself, oh, I'll use my older years to write myself a book, the book I've probably been dreaming about writing for 30 years. And I watched what came up on my feed today, I would have felt obsolete, I would have felt useless, and I would have felt that nobody would care. So if you want somebody to care about you and your book, hi there, my name's Lisa Oliver. If you want practical, common sense, regular advice that anybody can do from home about writing and publishing and marketing your book, My name's Lisa Oliver, and I can help you with that too. And if you want to become one of the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I know there are across all genres who are regular people who sit at home and do their own thing, and yet they still make money from their books every single month, then hi there. My name's Lisa Oliver. I've been doing this for 11 and a half years. How can I help you? That's probably my rant over for the day. But I believe in you. I believe if this is what you want to do, you can. And if you have any questions at all, I will answer them to the best of my ability, because that's who I am. An author who has been doing this for a long time and who really loves her life. I want to share that with you. Apparently, because it's not drama or doom and gloom or anything else, apparently it's not fashionable at the moment. But I still believe that there are enough of you out there, and hopefully the algorithm will show this video to you instead of one of the doomsayers, because then you'd feel like you wanted to write your book for yourself. In case you're interested, I post long form content on Mondays and Thursdays, and usually they're a bit more instructive than this is. If you have any questions at all, please drop them in the comments below. Your likes, dislikes, or hate comments, they'll all contribute to the algorithm as well. I'm going to try and start a one-woman army to try and overcome all this negativity and all this technology and everything else, and just try and show you that there is a simple way. It takes work. It takes dedication. Nobody ever said it was going to be easy, but it can be done. And I know so many people who have done this already, and I'd really love it if you were the next one I came to know as being a successful author, working from home and publishing the stories you love to read. Till the next one, my friend. I can hear my stomach rumbling. I do hope you can't. You probably can. This is a good mic, so oh, that's probably a good place to leave it. Looking forward to hearing from you, my friends, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. And in the meantime, please keep writing. Bye.